Dear content creators, rappers, singers, producers, authors, writers, podcasters, photographers, whatever you do, it's time for us to get to work, man. Too many of us, including myself, have been sitting on our gifts for far too long, man. We are gifted, talented people, but because of our lack of focus, our lack of self-discipline, our lack of drive, our lack of aggression and ambition towards our goals, we still sit around complaining about, oh, my life is this, oh, my life is that. Shut up. It's time for all of us to get to work, man. There are 6 months left in the year? What are you going to do with that time? Sit and complain about what happened last year, 2 years ago? All right, cool. Your business may have failed. Maybe you're not where you want to be yet, but it's time for us to tap into our imagination and make something happen, man. I know the world is chaotic. The world has a lot of violence in it. It's a lot of hate in the world. But guess what? The world that we live in today, you want to know what the bright side is? The world that we live in today is built for creators to thrive. We see people who create, elevate every single day. But you want to know the problem with a lot of us, including myself? I put myself in the boat too. You see, it's kind of like getting, when you're a child, right? When you're a child, you may have gotten a gift from your parents and you get the gift and you're happy about it. But you don't get upset until you see other people with their gifts. Now the other children, their gifts are more shinier than yours. Maybe they're a little bit more expensive than yours. Maybe they got more gifts than you. And so you're paying so much attention to their gift, you don't even recognize how important your gift is. And then we'll spend time trying to chase their gifts when the Most High gave us our gifts for a reason, man. Maybe you know how to draw. Maybe you know how to write. Maybe you know how to produce and make beats. Maybe you know how to sing. Maybe you know how to play an instrument. Maybe you can do all of it. But it ain't gonna mean nothing, man, if we don't have self-discipline, focus, ambition, and a drive to make it happen. Because you want to know the truth is, and I criticize myself too. The truth of the matter is, bro, we don't make it. Or we haven't made it because we're not talented and gifted. The problem is we don't want it bad enough. It's as simple as that. We can say, oh, this and that, and I don't want, no. Simply put, we don't want it bad enough. There are people in this world who started off worse than you, worse than me, and still made it happen. What's your excuse? What's your excuse? What's my excuse? We all just make these excuses, man. But then we sit around and we spend more time consuming product. We spend more time consuming content than producing content. Whose fault is that? In scripture, the Bible tells us, man, that a man's gift will make room for him and will put him before great men. That means whatever your gift is, that means you don't have to chase clout. That means you don't have to sell your soul. That means you don't have to get a big cosign from a big rapper. You want to know who co-signed you? The Most High, when he created you in your mother's womb. It's time for us to get to work, man. It's time for us to stop making excuses, talking about what should have been, could have been, would have been. Fam, you are still alive. You want to know the wealthiest place in the world to me? It's not Dubai. It's not all these other places, these vacation spots. To me, the wealthiest place in the world is the graveyard. Because think about how many rich ideas are in the grave right now that never got shared with the world. Think about how many inventions that someone came up with. Like, man, that could probably change the world. That invention can probably save someone's life. But because they were scared, because they didn't think they can do it, because they simply didn't believe in themselves, or they didn't have the focus, they didn't execute. Either you're going to execute or your dreams will be executed. How you want it, man? And I'm saying this about myself. I'm saying that about all of us, because the truth is I want to see everyone win, man. Send this to your friends. Send this to your family. Send this to whoever. It's time for us to win, man. It's time for us to stop making these excuses. It's time for us to stop complaining about what should have happened, what could have happened. To all my rappers out there, you're never going to be Drake. I'm sorry. You're not going to be Drake. You're not going to be Kendrick Lamar. You're not going to be J. Cole. Be the first you to arrive on the scene, man. To all my producers out there, you're not supposed to be Swiss Beats. You're not supposed to be Dr. Dre. You're not supposed to be Just Blaze or whoever. Be you. What makes you unique? I'm going to say this last point and I'm going to get off of here. I think now it's time for us, all of us, to monetize our struggles. That's the new hustle. Monetize your struggle. I don't care if the struggle is addiction. I don't care if the struggle is you have mental health challenges and things you deal with. Monetize it. Find a way to monetize it. Put it in a song. Put it in a poem. Put it in a dance recital. Do whatever. Monetize your pain. Monetize your struggle. That's what DMX did. God rest his soul. He monetized his pain. He didn't just keep it. He shared it. And guess what? Because he did that, he saved so many people. God bless DMX soul, man. We can do the same thing, because if you don't capitalize on your passion, if you don't capitalize on your struggle, somebody else will. Oh yes, and they will suck the blood out of you. And when you die, they're going to replace you with somebody else. So if anyone's going to monetize your struggle and monetize your pain, it might as well be the person who's actually going through it, aka you. It's time to shut up and get to work, man, for all of us. Let's talk more results. Kendo.